Alright, so here I am, the first night of my solo camping trip. I'm in the car right now. I don't know if you can see, but just at the trailhead. I'm gonna get a good start tomorrow morning. Here I am, just about to get my pack on. It's almost 9 o'clock. Ready to go on my first solo backpacking trip. I must say, it is very cold right now. I've never needed, I'm only at the beginning of my hike, but I've never needed to wear a full coat while backpacking. Anyways, it's beautiful. And also I realized I didn't mention before that I'm hiking the Forbidden Plateau, and my plan is to hike up to summit Mount Albert Edward tomorrow. What a beautiful lake! Look at the mountain! My visibility right now is literally nothing. As far as you can see there, is as far as I can see. Still is beautiful. Just can't see the mountains. There's me. I just stopped at Coteau Lake. Can't see much. There's this yurt with snow on it. There's the lake. Pretty cold. I've soaked this with my sweat. Luckily. Oh, hello. So, I made it. There's Circlet Lake. It actually does look nice because a few times the fog is cleared slightly and you could see it, so that's good. It's a little rainy, a little cold. My boots are a little wet, but I'm gonna park my tent right here. Gonna set up a tarp right around there, and we're gonna go. It's gonna be good. Oh, and there's supposed to be other people staying here because some guy coming back from here on the trail told me there'd be some people. I haven't seen the people. I walked all around here, so I might be here by myself. Alright, so I've set up my tarp. It's pretty good. I'm pretty dry now. I've changed my clothes. But it's cold and it's wet and there's no place to take refuge but this tarp and the bathroom. There is an outhouse that was built, so that's good. Maybe I'll sleep in there, cozy up. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna make some lunch now. It's like about 1:30, I think. Alright, so it's been pouring rain for the past like 4 hours, and so I went on a hike and stuff in my rain gear, and so there's something on the lens. I think it's water. Yeah, I went for a hike, walked around, got wet. I have more clothes, so it's okay. But now I'm just kind of like, there's an hour till sunset. I have to just make dinner, and sunset's at 6:45. So at that point I'm in my tent and not doing much. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so it's been a wild ride. It's now just like 10 after 7. Sun's gone down. It's still a little bit late out, but sunset at 6:45. And yeah, I got pretty wet today. kind of my own fault, I think, because I thought that my rain gear would keep me dry, and so yeah, I wasted. I went hiking for like 3 hours in the pouring rain after my stuff was set up, so that I could I could waste some time, because it was 1 o'clock and I had nothing else to do. So yeah, anyways, that's what happened. So I got really wet, feet kind of cold, but I have, I'm wearing warm clothes. I have dry clothes. I have dry socks on, so all is well. But we're just warming up. It's pretty rainy outside. Now and then it downpours, and it's windy and misty. I haven't seen like any mountains today, so. But I think tomorrow will be good. And if not, that's okay. This was an experience. So, anyways, I'm gonna journal for a bit and read the Bible maybe, and then try to get to bed early. And and just in case I get too cold, I have this emergency blanket. It's supposed to keep you nice and warm. So, anyways, goodbye. All right, so it's about 7:30 in the morning, and it's clear sky now, which is beautiful. I can see farther, which is nice. I can actually see the mountains that are, excuse me, that are right there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cold right now. There is ice on the puddles. I don't know if you can see that. But I was warm last night. So, and most of my stuff got wet last night, including my puff jacket, but it actually dried because it was so windy and it was hanging under the tarp. So look at that. I'm gonna have some breakfast and I'm gonna hike Mount Albert Edward. You can see the sun start to shine on the mountains. I still got more. Alright, it's 8:35 and I'm ready to start hiking up Mount Albert Edward. I've got all my stuff, my safety gear. My pants are a little damp, but I got dry pants for when I come back. And then we're gonna hike out and head home. The sun! It's the sun! You can see things today. At 1,500 meter altitude, and there's the summit. Still have a little ways to go, I guess. It's getting colder. I got my toque on. The ground's completely frozen. It's solid and it crunches when I walk on it. It's pretty incredible. Never been up this high before. Alright, I've reached the first cairn, and that's the marker to get up here. It looks like I passed the tree line. So I'm getting there. Just got over the crest of the ridge, I guess. guess. And it's super windy and very cold. So right there is the mountain I'm going up. This was supposed to be a picture. I wanted to get there by 10:30, but it's almost 10:30 now, so I probably won't make it there in time. But soon. Yeah, that's a cliff, all right. Almost there. All right, so now I'm just gonna start the final ascent to the summit. I don't know if you can see it well. It's a little bit cloudy now, the clouds have rolled in, but I can still see the summit, and I'm hoping it clears up. See, there's the clouds. Hoping it clears up when I get to the top. Pretty excited. I made it to the top. It's a little bit cloudy, but I've had some good views, so that's pretty great. It's noon now, but I got here at 11:35, so exactly 3 hours from when I left my campsite. My plan was to get here at 10:30. That was just a goal, though. I had no idea how long it would take, but yeah, my original plan, I'd be back to the campsite now. But that's okay. I've got all day. Well, I also have to get back to the car. But it's really cool. I can't believe it. 2,093 meters. Here I am. And it's pretty big accomplishment for me. I think first mountain I've ever climbed that's not just like a fake mountain that's small. Yeah, anyways, gonna go back down now. Never been on top of a mountain before. Kind of glad I did it in the winter, because it's not the winter, I guess it's fall, but it's just kind of makes it seem more epic when there's snow. This is really close to the edge, by the way. Oh, cool. There's a Gem Lake down there. Oops, shivered. That's where all the water flows down. Pretty incredible. Never been on top of a mountain before. Kind of glad I did it in the winter, because it's not the winter, I guess it's fall, but it's just kind of makes it seem more epic when there's snow. This is really close to the edge, by the way. Oh, cool. There's a Gem Lake down there. Oops, shivered. That's where all the water flows down. Pretty incredible. I must say, it's a little bit colder when you're inside of a cloud. I feel bad for the people coming up right now. I hope that it clears up for them. But I'm thankful that just as I start climbing down, these clouds roll in. So it's very nice. I got to see that. Shaky, but this is just some perspective. It's pretty big. It's so quiet. So I made it back down successfully, about 2:30, and I'm just making some lunch, having crackers and cheese, and also coffee. And I just saw some clouds rolling in. I said, oh, I have all my stuff all over the place and my tent's open. And I said, oh God, please help it not be rain. And I said, but snow would be okay if it was snow. And anyways, I don't know if you can see, but it's no, you can't see, but it's lightly snowing anyway, so I just thought that was funny. Okay, there, now you can see it. I promise it's snowing more than you can see. And this, look over there. That didn't tell you anything. There you go. Can't miss it now. I hope the people on the mountain are doing all right. It's snowing pretty good now. Down here, that's all snow coming through the air. I passed a few people going up just as I was getting to the campsite, so hope they're all right. This is what you do when all your socks are wet. I would say that it's a good time to leave. This is how it was when I got here, except it's a lot wetter. The snow makes it a bit nicer. But I said it a few times, I really hope that the people on the mountain right now are okay. I'm sure that they are, but they're probably not having a great time. So it's really snowing now. Nobody's back yet, which I find crazy, seeing as they really shouldn't have been that far behind me. But if something is happening, I know that one of the groups going up had a satellite phone. I saw it, so hopefully they're okay. But I'm thankful I'm okay for sure, and I'm leaving now, so. Everybody's stuff was out. It was all wet, getting wet with the snow, but I don't know, what can you do? Pretty good weather now. There's a touch of blue sky. Sun's all right. I've either walked away from it or it stopped, so either way, that's great. Also, that those campers that weren't back when I left, I figured they probably just stopped for lunch, because I got lunch when I got back, but they weren't back yet, so who knows. It's crazy as I walk away from the mountains in the back. I think it's just starting to settle in what actually happened. Like, that was Mount Everest to me. It felt like Mount Everest, especially the way all the snow was there and stuff. I don't think that it would have had the same exact sensation if I had gone during the summer, but I must say that, oops, just jumping over a log. I don't know, that was the most amazing thing I've ever done, I think. Like, just thinking back to when I was climbing over the rocks and the snow, it was covered in snow, and the fog, the clouds were rolling, and it wasn't even fog, it was clouds. And just seeing that peak up there, and especially thinking of how daunting the whole thing seemed originally when I saw the ridge, when I saw it from the angle, or from the side. I was like, I have to walk along that whole thing. And I don't know, just reflecting on it, it was an incredible thing that happened. And just thinking about the summit and everything. In the moment, it didn't seem like it was very exciting, but it was like, you know, I was worked hard to get there, adrenaline, all that. But just as I walk back and have time to think, all I can think about is just like standing on that mountain and how it was a beautiful day today, and also just how lousy the weather was last night. Like, I was soaked through. My socks were so wet that I wrung them out, and this was the second time I changed too. These were some of my dry clothes. Both my long underwear and my undergarment for my top were both wet. My underwear beneath those were wet. And my sweater, the one I'm wearing now, and my puff jacket, and my raincoat, and my rain pants were all soaked through. I thought, there's no way this is all gonna dry. It didn't all dry, but the important things like my puff jacket and my raincoat and rain pants and all those, they dried, which was really good, enabling me to get to the top. My socks didn't dry. I walked up the mountain in wet socks and wet shoes that were frozen solid when I woke up. But yeah, it was just, it was pretty crazy. As I was walking down the mountain, I just cried a little bit in just amazement and thankfulness to God and all that He was. And I honestly, you know, I've never been up a mountain before, but being up that one, it was a pretty cool experience. Just thinking about God's creation and how, looking at how majestic and incredible it was, and thinking that nobody had to enjoy this. Like, we have made a trail and we've come here, and a few people look at it and think, wow, that's incredible. But like, before there were people, that mountain stood there. And it just goes to show, I think, like, the humility and exaltation sort of God, just in that it doesn't shout out asking for praise, that mountain, but when people see it, they sure do appreciate it. So anyways, that's my reflection for now. It's an incredible thing that I saw and did, and I'm glad that I could share it with everybody and phone people at the top and send pictures along the way. That was amazing, really made the experience better. But I'm pretty pleased with this trip, just how it went, and the fact that I was all by myself and was able to experience that. It wasn't a solo trip because I was with God the whole time, and I felt that. So yeah, anyways, that's it. Over and out. Fog's rolling in again. Got about maybe an hour and a half till sundown. I think I got about 6 kilometers to go, so better get boogieing, I guess. So there's 59 minutes and 30 seconds left of sunlight. That's when the sun goes down, and got about 4 kilometers to go. Do you think I can make it? My moving average is 3.9 kilometers per hour. So if I don't stop, I do have a chance. And I actually have been going really steadily for a long time. But I'm also not in exactly flat terrain, so oh well, we'll see how it goes. I made it to the parking lot. It's hidden by the clouds, but there's Mount Albert Edward. And I made it here 10 minutes before sunset, which I am very proud of because I did not actually think I would make it. I was okay with that. I didn't think that I would make it, but here we are. See that peak? I stood right there just 7 hours ago. And here we are at the parking lot.